Hello out there. Welcome to Destiny Unplugged, the voice of our generation. I am your host, Ashley James, and we have Jawan Knight, Ayana McKinney, Courtney Middlebrook, and William Knight. All right, tonight, guys, we have some kind of sad things to talk about. Well, we're gonna bring it up at the end. We're talking about teen issues. None of us are teenagers, but we were there not too long ago, so we're gonna go ahead and get into that. But stress, depression, and a big topic out there today is bullying. And I want to start right with that because that is definitely a hot button in the news, in newspapers, internet. People talking about cyberbullying. What is your take on that, Juwan? Were you bullied in school?
Um, I was not bullied in school. Okay. Really honestly, I've never really been bullied in school. I tried to be a bully.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
but it had repercussions of that.
It didn't work.
It did not work at all.
Wait, go back. You tried to be a bully.
Yes, I tried to be a bully. I was in the 4th grade, okay, and it was a female involved. Okay,
Oh,
I
so you
wanted
tried
her.
to be.
I wanted her to be
and
with
it
me,
bounced back on you.
and it bounced back on
Yeah,
me.
it did.
And I was in the 4th grade, and I got beat up by a 3rd grader.
Wow.
So it never happened again. But the thing is, I just feel like it's really a terrible thing for someone to go through because no one should be bullied. I don't care if it's over the internet. I don't care if it's in real life. No one deserves to be bullied or picked on for no type of reason. I don't care what their disability is or what they got kind of issues they have going on. And it really took a long time for me to really realize that because hey, we were kids once and we were young and we always wanted that girl, she got something going on with her teeth or something like that. But hey, we're all not perfect, okay? I got something going on with my teeth.
Okay.
Yes, and I got picked on for a lot of time. But it's just and if you are the person that gets picked on, in those situations, it's how you address the situation. Okay? If they get picked on, you get picked on, don't sit up there and down yourself, to where, you start getting this low self-esteem amongst yourself. Just take it and just be like, hey, maybe they see something I don't. That's how I look at it. People call me dark skin, black, charcoal all day long. But you know what? I don't really care about it because I've learned and I've grown. This is who I am. This is who I'm going to be. Not, what I'm saying? This is how God made me, so I'm not going to change it,
That's good.
Yeah.
And I can honestly say I have been picked on a lot in school.
What?
Yes.
You're so
Courtney,
sad,
not
though.
really.
Like, that's probably why.
I've been picked on mostly because of like the way that I looked. When I was younger, I was a chunkier kid. So they would talk about, oh, you look a fat girl or whatever, and not really so much of that, but I had hairy arms and legs as a kid, so like they always would say, oh, the little werewolf or something like that.
Golly.
And like it
kids
really
are
took a
mean.
toll on me. Like it affected like my self-esteem and everything.
Wow.
But I mean, it's like you have to know who you are in Christ, and as long as you know yourself, it shouldn't matter what other people say about you.
I personally had the people. I was different. Even growing up, I've always had the people like. For me, I was like the commander. Like I never had to fight. I always had somebody fight for me. If I wanted somebody bullied, I would tell somebody to go bully that person. Like, but looking back,
That seems about right.
but looking back, it doesn't make me feel bad, but it does make not in that aspect. It's just that's just how I was growing up. But for somebody on the bullied end, there was one person that I just always just wanted somebody to pick on them. I never picked on anybody, but I always had somebody pick.
So you were the puppet master.
Yeah,
Awful.
pretty much. Pretty much, yes, I was. But now graduated, looking outside, looking in, it has gotten so bad now that it is just ridiculous. I mean, people killing themselves over being bullied now. And my main thing is just know who you are. Find out who you are. I find the coolest people in school, once I got in high school and got senior status, the coolest people in school were like the geeks. Or the coolest people in school were like the gothic people. I started my senior year. I started wearing button down slacks and casual dress to high school. That was way different for me. So I got picked on. My 12th grade year, I got the end of what I used to dish out. But that was and I didn't let it affect me because I found out who I was, and look at me now. Like nobody has what I have. Everybody still at home with their moms, don't have jobs, different things like that. And I'm like, yeah, look at me. I'm the same person that y'all picked on in the 12th grade and hated on because I got best dressed. Um, but look at me now. But just know who you are.
Man. Well, bullying can definitely have negative, effects. The kids, like you said, committing suicide, people being stressed. And it's not even committing suicide. You got people that are going to shoot up the schools now. So it's not just I'm turning it on myself. It's because you've done this to me. Now I'm bringing it out to other people. So the stress of it all. And I mean, like I said, I wasn't the bullier. I was the defender of the weak. I was the one, oh, you bullying so and so, I'm about to go fight for you. That's who I was as a little kid. Just because, I mean, it's not I was raised, you know what I'm saying? Don't do to anybody else what you wouldn't want done to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I was raised. And it's just like I just feel that it's rough on these kids. And sometimes I think, well, maybe these kids are a little softer than we were. I don't know. But then at the same time, it's like these kids are taking it to another level. Because I know children can be mean. But my goodness, so what would you say, Ayana, to the kids who maybe don't know what to say to their parents when they're talking about being bullied, or maybe their parents might feel like, well, you just need to toughen up. Like, what would you say to that child?
I definitely think that, excuse me, I definitely think that you should try to communicate that with your parents. Definitely try to say, hey, this is really bothering me. Hey, this kid is picking on me. Hey, it's really hurting my feelings. And if they are faced with a situation where the parent may, quote unquote, not listen to them, or may tell them, hey, you need to man up, or whatever the case may be, there are guidance counselors at your school. They are specially trained to, one, help you out. They'll sit there and listen to you, and they will talk to you about whatever it is that is going on. And 9 times out of 10, that guidance counselor can go to the teacher, or they can go to the student personally, and they'll rectify the situation for you. The main point about this here is that you're never alone. So you may not be able to portray that to your parents. Okay, but there's still help out there. Don't just sit there and keep all of that stuff in, because that's why, more than likely, that's why you have people taking it out on the school, want to shoot it up, they kill themselves and everything because they have no type of outlet. So once again, just understand that you have somebody there for you. You have other options, but once again, keep trying to talk to your parents. I mean, I'm not saying completely omit them, but establish, talk to them. Just let them know.
I think I just want to expound on what you said and whatnot as far as talk to your parents, because I feel like this. All of our parents, and I think everyone can agree to this, that all of our parents do not want us to grow up and be little wimps and whatnot, and can't defend for ourselves, because hey, our parents really never said to us is, if you get in a fight, you know what I'm saying, you better not come home, you told me you lost. Nah, it was always, you get hit, then, defend yourself, okay? And the thing is, as far as, if you getting bullied and whatnot, yeah, you should go to your parents, and you should address the parents, and see how they feel about the situation. And you should go, and if they're not helping you, then you should go to your school or whatnot, or whoever's above you, because being bullied is not just about a physical thing. It can also be a verbal thing too. It can be, especially you can get, as we're grown now, not grown, but as adults that we are now, at work we can get bullied by the manager and whatnot. I've had it done, knock me down to 20 hours a week. I'm working 60 hours every 2 weeks. I feel like that's being bullied. But it's just how you what I'm saying, address the situation, and how you just talk to your parents.
Well, I wanted to focus on bullying. I want us to talk about just talking to our parents. Like I said, being kids don't know how to, Well, I'm not gonna lie, kids will say some stuff nowadays. We definitely got some ones that be like, I speak my mind. But even as being a teenager, like Courtney, did you feel that it was hard to talk to your parents about not certain things, but all things, like especially during your teenage years?
I just feel like it's not so much always the kid that everyone always wants to say. Well, the kid needs to tell the parents. Sometimes we have to think about the parent has to create that environment for the child to feel comfortable to come to them. It's like if you can't show them that sense of comfort, then how can you expect your child to come to you? And it's not as far as like let your kid talk to you in any kind of way. It's just like give them that opportunity to say how they feel about a situation, not so much as negotiating. It's either I do this or I'm not doing nothing at all. But like take things into consideration. It's all about reasoning.
That you gonna say something? You gonna
I
talk?
was. You can go ahead.
I guess
I'm gonna
ladies
say
first.
something. I'm trying to say.
No, I want to talk. I want to talk.
Sometimes I feel like parents have this idealized form of their children that their children do no wrong, no evil, nothing. They don't. I mean, I'm just being honest. Parents,
Go ahead.
my child is perfect.
Right.
My child is an angel. My child will never do anything wrong. And child feels that type of pressure, or the teenager, I should say, feels that pressure. They feel like they can't express their flaws to their parents, and I think that's part of the reason why it makes it harder for us, or at the time, for us to talk to our parents. So,
Go ahead, William. Jump on in there.
Can I talk now?
sure.
I can talk now. Well, you guys everybody hit great points. Courtney really nailed it on the head about creating that environment. That is just really icing on the cake. But you have some teenagers out there that necessarily don't have parents, or necessarily don't have that mother or father to talk to because they're incarcerated or strung out on drugs, or don't want anything to do with them, or in between foster homes. You have parents, you have children in those situations that are getting bullied because maybe somebody at school knows their situation. And for people like that, how do you deal with that? Because everybody wasn't raised in a father-mother home. Everybody is not raised in a father-mother home. And the people, I can say to that, without being too spiritual, just pray and ask God to be there for you and be there with you.
Man, all right, that's some good stuff. But you took it back to bullying. I wasn't trying to go over there. But anyway, moving on. But I want to say it's all right. You're forgiven. But it's all right. But the thing was, we were talking about communicating, and I know that I feel like I'm trying to be grown. I'm trying to find my way in the world. I'm trying to make certain decisions, trying to do things for myself. But at heart, I know I'm a daddy's girl. That's always going to be. It's not going to change. And I know it's sometimes difficult for him to see me as a grown-up because I'm his baby girl. So when you have, like that family, that mother or that father that sees you, you always going to be my baby. How do you, how do you deal with that when you're like, well, mom, dad, I'm trying to grow up. I'm trying to be the adult that you raised me to be. So how do we do that?
Well, it's actually hard because right now I'm in a situation to where I finally moved out of the nest, finally moved out of mom's house, and they want you to be grown and they want you to do this. But a mother being a mother and a father just being a father, or that guardian just being that guardian, will never let go of someone. They just won't do that. That's just not going to happen, because even when God sent Jesus down, he that's still his son, and we are still his children. I'm out of my mom's nest now, and she sometimes get mad when I don't come see her, or she sometimes get mad when I don't call her. I'm like, you wanted me out of the house. Now I'm out of the house, and you still get mad. I'm like, what do you want me to do? I mean, but that's just that mother being that mother, or that father being that father. They're never gonna let that child go. They're never gonna let you go. It's just sometimes parents get so caught up in we've been there and done that, and forget sometimes that you've been there and done that isn't the same. Even though it seems to be the same, this world is not the same as it was when you did been there and done that. Um, yes, not grammatically correct. Sorry for all
Taking
the.
It's all right.
tests is way different.
Yeah, but and that's what a lot of us deal with today, and that's why a lot of us don't want to go to our parents, because we already know I've been there and done that. We're gonna hear that all the time, and we don't want to hear that. We want to hear, help me. I know you've been there and done that. That's sometimes why us teens or the teens don't want to go to their parents, is because all we're gonna hear is I've been there and done that and this that and I didn't smoke this and I didn't did that and I tried. But in the same token, yeah, I understand that. But parents have to understand now this is a different time.
But you know what, even with that, in my situation, when I was old enough to do stuff, to drink, to go out and party, my parents didn't do that. So it was hard for me to talk to them and express that desire to want to do that stuff when they're looking like, I don't get it. Why do you want to do that? And I'm looking like, I don't know why I want to do that. I just want to go and I want to go try to be. It wasn't even that. I was like, I just wanted to go and try to be grown, I suppose. And there was a barrier because, like you said, they might give you the speech. I've been there, I've done that. But then I had the speech where I don't know what makes you want to do that. And it's like, well, I'm about to go do it because I'm grown. I'm 21. I'm about to go live life. I'm about to go stay out till 2 a.m. And it was just, it was just difficult. And I felt like, me personally, just being honest, like completely honest, I felt like my parents wanted me to be grown when they wanted me to be grown, but then wanted me to be their baby when they wanted me to be their baby. And I was like, yes, indeed. Father, I know you're in the audience. All right. But anyways, but what I'm saying is, because, like I said, I have a job. I'm working. I try not to ask my parents too much because I still live at home, all that other stuff, and, they're still blessing me and everything else like that. And so, I try not to ask for things. But then when I do ask for something, like the time that I ask for something, oh, so you need, wait. What is all this now? All this animosity? Like, what is all of this? But then at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you why I'm trifling, because I was like, you going to go ahead and fuss, but you know you about to give me that, though.
My mama does that when I come over to the house. When I come over to the house and I eat, oh, she hates it. Like, oh, you want to come over here and eat? But you just called me over here. Like, you get mad when I don't come over, but when I come over and open the refrigerator and get a bottle of water, is that? But
Don't
that's
pay for
just.
nothing here.
I guess.
Yeah, I'm
I
like,
guess
wait
it's
a minute.
that sense of, this is my baby, and they want to relive that moment of this is my baby. So yeah, they may fuss because they remember the times where they had to fuss at you, and maybe they just had a flashback.
No, let it go.
No,
Release.
let it go. I'm just
Let it be
saying
free.
though. I mean, I can understand where they're coming from, but we're older now. You got to understand we're older. You don't have to talk to us any kind of way.
Here's parents, we still need you.
I mean, we need
still
you,
need
yes, but you don't have to take it there. Not back to when we were 5 and 6 and 7, 8 years old. You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to take it back there.
Hey, Courtney, jump on the water is stirred. Go on, jump on in there.
I'm just saying.
I just feel like parents in a sense need to give us the opportunity. I'm not saying let us run wild and be free and things like that, but within reason, just allow us to have that little leeway to experience a couple of things. And at being younger, we're gonna fall in our butts, and sometimes we don't understand, things now. But eventually, after we go through things, we'll understand after. They told me not to do this because this was gonna happen. Now it's happened. I should have listened. But it's all a part of experience and things for yourself.
Well, I know the parents don't want to see us fall. So our parents, I got one for y'all. Got a nugget. I know y'all don't want to see us fall. Y'all don't want to see us make that mistake and be like, oh, man, now I got to butter up my baby because I'm crying, Mommy, I need you. You know what I'm saying? And so I understand that. And I want all the parents to know, thank you for that. Yes. Thank you for that. We do appreciate that. We really do.
Hitting on that, on an honest tip, now my mother is my best friend. Like, my mother is my best friend. Like, if I ask her before I do anything. I remember I was at the store and I said, Mama, is this microwave at Rose's? Should I buy it? It's such and such dollars. She was like, nah, I don't think so. I was like, Mom, this is like the cheapest microwave I've ever seen. Like, Mom, I should get this microwave. And I was really she said, no, don't get it. But I was finna get it. And the next day, she sold a microwave in my life, a brand new microwave.
Amen. Amen.
And there's a lot of other situations to where I just ask her, and not only to get her opinion, but most of the time I'll follow up with it. But that's just, at the end of the day, your mother or your guardian or that person that you have to talk to, at the end of the day, that is the person that you have. If you have a mother in your life, never belittle your mother, because at the end of the day, your mother will always be there. I don't care if you get life in jail. Your mother is always going to be the one that's outside saying, my son didn't do it or my daughter did not do it. That's just that mother, and your father is always going to be that one to say, hey, man, yeah, you did it, but you a man up to your life in jail. That's just that father being that father.
What I want to say is that if you listen to us right now, I say listen to your parents, okay? Listen to your parents. Sometimes they may be nagging us and, doing all this such and such, but they nagging us for a good reason. Like my brother, we were out one night, okay? And we happened to look at our clock. Now, keep in mind, both of us are not in the house. We stay in our own separate spots and whatnot. And both of us had the nerve to look at the time. Oh, it's 1 o'clock. We need to go home. But that's just something that was instilled in us, you know what I'm saying, as, going up, don't come in the house past 12 o'clock in the morning, you know what I'm saying? So I just say, parents, it may not seem like we're listening, but we are listening to you.
And as a matter of fact, I think that same night after 1 o'clock, we was like, oh, we need to go home. I think something happened that night, if I'm not mistaken. I think something happened that night, and it was past 1 o'clock when back at home, Mama said, be at home by 12:30, 1 o'clock, and we was still at we was at the club? Yeah, we was still at the club, and we was supposed to be home, but we live on our own now. But looking at that clock and hearing Mama's voice and, opening the door and the alarm be on, and she wake up, be like, caught y'all. But that's just that instilling in you, and if you don't have it, God will always give it to you.
Well, one thing I'll say about the parent and the child dynamic, parent-child relationship, it definitely grows. It changes. It develops. And like I said, I'm at the point now where I defer to my parents, definitely on relationships. Me being a woman, this young man, so on and so forth and whatnot. And there was a time where I didn't feel comfortable talking to my parents about that. Because, one, I didn't know what I was doing in the first place. So it was just like, well, I like him. He finna be my boo. It's like, whatever. But just for parents and children, and I say children simply because we are their children, even though we might be grown, but allow it to develop. It might not be where you want it to be right now, but keep going for it. Keep working at it. Don't just, well, I don't want to do this, whatever. I don't want to hear my child, and, I don't want to do this. And oftentimes, I would say this, parents and kids, most likely the one that you argue with the most is the most like you. And I need for everybody to get it, because I'm telling you, me and my dad, we used to go at it, but I'm actually most like him. That's right. Knock down, drag him out. Used to be real. But I'm the most like him outside of me and my other siblings. I'm the most like him. And I see so much of him in me, it's ridiculous. So now when I make certain decisions, I'll be like, that's Sammy James. Like, I just see it. But I just want to remind everybody, too, like I said, a parent and child relationship can be a beautiful thing. When God has blessed you with those parents who do care about you. Sometimes we might feel that they're overprotective and you don't let me live my life. You don't understand. You don't know what it was like to be my age. But you're forgetting that they had to live in order to get there. But even that being the case, we just got to remember that we have to let that happen. And I feel like it can improve if you let it. If you try to, like, parents, understand your children are going to grow up. They are. They're still your babies, but they are going to grow up. Children understand that your parents are there to cover you. They're there to protect you. They're there to love you. They only want your best for you. So don't penalize each other for those things. You got to make sure that we all still loving, getting it together.
Oh, yeah. And if they show you tough love, hey, you better take the tough love.
Take it.
I'm telling you.
I think the tough love is the absolute best, because the tough love is where you learn the most.
Yeah.
I've had I was bad.
Very bad.
Amen for honesty.
I was bad. Like, growing up, I was very bad. Like, I had so many red lights that it was just.
Don't take us down. Don't take us down that road. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Don't
take us there. I don't know if everybody's ready. Don't take us.
Okay, but no, the tough love, like John was hitting on, I think it's the absolute best love that you can give because that's where it shows whether you're gonna grow or not. Because the thing that my mom always said was, if I don't teach you, the world's gonna teach you. And when the world teaches you, it's gonna be too late because when the world teaches you, you're either gonna be 6 feet under, or you're gonna be incarcerated somewhere. And in the streets, because I tried the street life, I did. I tried the street life, but it definitely didn't work. And it's only two promotions in the street once you're in the street, and that's dead or incarcerated. Like there's no promotions in the street.
You been sitting all studious looking, trying to be a thug. I ain't
Look
got
at
time
me
for
now.
that.
You know what I'm saying? Look at
Praise
me
God
now.
for Jesus. I'm trying to tell you.
But the tough love, that is where you learn the most, and I encourage parents to give tough love because that's gonna help your child in the long run, and it's gonna be just like in high school. When you're in high school and you're sitting in class and you're like, what is this used for? And you're never gonna use this, but that first day in college, especially math, your first day in college, you're gonna be like, oh, so this is used in the real world. So I encourage parents to give tough love because you're actually helping your child more than you're hurting them. I know the saying is it's gonna hurt me more than it hurt you when I whoop you or some stuff like that. But I definitely encourage tough love. Tough love makes you grow.
Tough love makes you grow. All right.
It
Well,
does.
you know what? I would say tough love brings out the best in you. That's what I would say. It gives you, like you said, it gives you the chance to grow. Because always cuddling and always trying to sugarcoat and, we create some spoiled brats. Like, we create people who think I'm always going to get what I want. And honestly, being out in the real world, don't nobody want to deal with that. Don't nobody want to, sit there and I'm not supposed to give you I'm your employer. You're supposed to do what I need you to do. You're supposed to be at work at such and such time. You're supposed to report and you're supposed to do this. And, sometimes we got to remember that the things that our parents have done for us, it was for our good. Like I said before, they only want the best for us. And we just have to remember that. So Courtney, can you just give us a little something about, maybe your parents tried to teach you a lesson, but now that you're on the other side, you understand I really needed that.
I just feel like, in a sense, when we're younger, personally, when I was younger, I didn't feel like I could go to my parents. I just felt like William said earlier, they're gonna beat you up about it. I've been there, done that thing, and it's like, how can I put it? Some situations that I've been in, I'm not gonna go back down memory lane, but
Might not be ready.
exactly. Just some situations. I'll use one situation for example. This guy that I liked. I was like, oh, I like him and everything else, and it was just like, my dad kept saying, I don't like him, da da da, and I'm just like, Dad, you don't know him, you're not getting a chance to know him, and things like that. And then it's like, okay, I had been dating him or whatever since like freshman year, and then junior year comes around, it's like, man, no, we're not gonna click. Our paths are totally different. I'm trying to get ahead, and you're not, trying to better yourself. And I just feel like, you have to know when that time, some people are put in your life for a reason,
Right.
a blessing or a lesson, and that was a lesson for me.
Uh-oh. All right now. Oh my.
Amen.
I like to say some people are in your life for a reason, season, and some are for eternity. That's my saying.
Really?
Yeah.
I ain't got time for you.
That's my
Moving
saying.
on. Wonderful. You guys are great. All right, but I want to thank you guys for tuning in with us. I really hope that some things were said that you can take home. Parents, take heed to your children. Children, make sure you listen to your parents. Thanks so much for tuning in with us. This is Ashley James and the crew signing off.